This is Max Shears for Pro Boxing Fans. I'm joined as always by Jamie Moore. Jamie, a nice new gym. We were just talking off camera. I mean, right now it's an exciting time for the gym, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. There's loads going on. We moved in this. This is my amateur club, so we moved in here in December, just temporarily really, but just try to find a new venue for the pro one. Try to get it in Salford somewhere, but yeah, it's nice and new.
Obviously, we will talk about Dave, but first of all, obviously Conor this weekend. He's in action. Are you going down there soon?
Yeah, I'm leaving. Literally, as soon as we're done here, I'm in the car and I'm straight down there to Wolverhampton. So looking forward to it. Should be a barn burner.
This fight is one of them that it looks from the outside that it's where the two fighters made this fight. I mean, for you as a coach, when you see that and you've got your fighter wanting to make these fights with this opposite, that must just be perfect for you. It's a fight that everyone wants here.
Yeah, listen, it's one of them fights which you know he's going to catch fire straight away. Stylistically, it's made for an entertaining fight. The fact that both guys wanted it, and none of them had to take it. Different weight division for Conor. It's a little bit of a fun fight really for the fans, and which you've got to take it out to him, because Conor's literally put himself in a position where in the not too distant future he should be fighting for the world title. So Sam's not by any stretch of the imagination a pushover. It's going to be a tough fight for however long it lasts. So you've got to take it out to Conor for the type of fighter he is. But I love the kid. He's just right on my street.
That's what I mean. I was doing a bit of a write-up about this fight yesterday, and it's like I say, the best way to put it is fun fight, but also Conah Walker, a fun fighter. I've been lucky enough to beat his last 3 fights now, and it's the perfect for a fan, for an audience member to watch. Conah Walker's the perfect fighter to watch, isn't he?
Of course he is. He's got that style where everyone, no matter what, whoever he's in against, he's going to be an entertaining night. And he's getting much better. Ironing out a few little sort of, not problems, but stuff where he can improve on, and he's just loving it. He's just thriving. The gym's bouncing at the minute. There's a real good energy about it, and you can see Conor's. He's never been one of them to sort of second guess himself and doubt himself. He's the opposite. He's always been full of confidence, but adding ring craft to his already sort of, he's always had a great engine. He's always been very strong physically, mentally very strong. So when you add a bit of ring craft to that, he's flying at the minute.
Definitely. I mean, you're not going to look past Saturday, but also you are going to, obviously, like you said, he'll be looking at world titles soon. I imagine if the world title is on the table, he'd fight any of them, but is Lewis Crocker the one that he'd really want? Obviously,
Crocker's the one who's got a world title at the minute, and he's from over here. It's an obvious fight to make. They're both with Matchroom. I know we did try and make that fight, and before Paro got made mandatory, and apparently it was all terms was agreed and stuff. So it was unfortunate for us, but obviously, he's in no mad rush. As and when that fight gets made, Crocker and Paro, whoever comes through, the winner, I know Conor would love to fight him. Yeah.
Definitely. Obviously, the media day today is for May 16th. I mean, first of all, I think it's been part of that both the Hameds will be on that card. Is that correct, first of all?
I'm hearing so, yeah. As long as Sammy's licence is in place by then. But yeah, Sammy will make his pro debut on the same bill, fingers crossed, as well. And Adam will be on there, so yeah, should be good.
How good are these kids to work with? Like I said, also we know the legacy of the name Hamed and stuff, but also you see them as the fighters, you see them as the people. I mean, just for people that maybe haven't seen either of these two boxers, how good is it to work with them both?
Love the kids. Really nice kids. Can both really fight. Zero amateur background, and also a lot of pressure, massive spotlight because of the dad and how popular and how well known he is. So it's not an easy thing to do when you've got no amateur experience. It's probably 10 times harder to do when you've got no amateur experience. It's hard enough anyway, having big shoes to fill like that. So, but both of them handle it really well. Sammy's had a couple of misfits fights, so he's been in a ring. Adam's, well and truly got his foot through the door now in terms of on the ways. I think his next fight's a 6-rounder. So yeah, they're great to have around. They're good characters, full of confidence, and can really fight as well.
Let's talk about Dave. I've just walked in and you see him on TikTok now, you see him on Instagram, you see him on YouTube, everywhere, talking usual Dave talk.
We finished. He's on TikTok now. We're absolutely game over.
Famous, that's I walked in. He's put his middle finger up at me. I mean, Dave looks like in a happy place right now for a fighter, doesn't he?
He's walking around in a pink T-shirt, looking in tremendous shape. It's things you love to see. Listen, Dave's pleasure to have around. He's, you know, in terms of coaching him, it's not always been the easiest job. Let's put it that way. But I always knew it wouldn't be. I knew it was going to be more of a, let's just look after you, put my arm around you, and just be a nice person. And you know, hopefully one day we'll get to a stage where I've built enough trust, and you're disciplined enough, and you're dedicated enough, and you know, gradually, it's been 6 years, and each fight we've sort of built a bit the base a bit wider. The way I describe it is, when you've got a wide base, you can sort of build that pyramid off it, and the wider the base, the higher the pyramid will go. And he's been building his base slowly but surely.